You are about to embark on a voyage that will remind you of the wonderful and some not so wonderful times of your life. Telling your stories will enable you to pass along to your family and friends shared experiences from your life. Telling your stories will give your family a better understanding of who you are and the forces that made you. It will help them understand who they are and how they got that way. And finally, it will provide them information to explore their world, past, present, and future. This video is intended to help you organize yourself and tell your stories. It offers several suggestions on how to proceed. But remember, you are telling the stories. Each person will tell their stories in their own way. They will group them in an order that makes sense to them, or they may not organize them at all and simply tell them as they remember them. You should do whatever feels best for you. There is no correct way. There is just your way. How should you start? Sometimes that's the hardest part, just getting started. So here are some helpful hints that we've provided to help you get started. You can sit and think by yourself, or gather some family and friends and tell them what you're going to talk about. Use photos to help you with your stories. Remember places and things. We suggest that it may be helpful to mentally divide your life into different periods: youth, teenager, college, work, military service, retirement, etc. Think about your parents, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, your neighbors and special friends. Remember places and things. Remember unique events. You will come to a point where you will decide you have enough stories. You will have a pile of brief notes that relate to each story. Now, you might wish to use another source to either enhance your group of stories or perhaps modify or add to some of them with photographs. How to get ready. You have immersed yourself in memories, many of which you had completely forgotten about, but you hadn't forgotten. You remembered and have lots of little notes that will remind you of each and every story. We suggest at this time in your preparation that you begin to look at your old photographs and documents. Now you're ready for the fun part, telling your stories. How to tell your stories. This is going to take some time. You will not do it in one afternoon. We suggest that you arrange for your listeners to meet you at a regular time and place so you can tell your stories. You might wish to meet for a couple of hours on a Sunday afternoon in your living room, or perhaps you will meet in your child's house. The listeners will be your children, your grandchildren, your siblings, your friends. Some people like to tell their stories to themselves, with no one listening. The way you want to tell your stories is the way you feel most comfortable in doing so. There is no right way, there is only your way. For you, that is the right way. As you begin to tell each story, tell the name you have chosen for the story. As you tell the story and refer to the photographs and documents, tell us the title and number of the photograph or document. These are listed in the tables for filling names and stories. After you have given us the linking information about your story, photograph, etc., then tell your story from beginning to end. Let everyone ooh and ah, laugh and cry, and have a good time. When you are finished with one story, then if you wish, start another. Keep at it. One day you will be finished. All the little brief notes will have been used up. You will have told all your stories, and you and your listeners will have had a wonderful time. Now it is time to finish up. Send us everything. Use the prepaid address label, close up the box, and send it to us. We will tell you when it arrives. Enjoy the process. It will be one of the most wonderful and emotionally rewarding events of your life.